In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your site styles in Squarespace, and this includes font, colors, button sizes, and more. This ensures that your branding will be consistent and that you're going to save a lot of time down the road. Trust me. Go to squarespace.com and click Login. Or if this is your very first time, click Get Started. Skip all the questions they ask you about your industry. Next, they will ask you to pick a template. Let me tell you a little secret. With Squarespace 7.1, you can do the same thing with every template.
Wait, are you serious?
Many people try to pick a template that looks cool or looks like something that they want to do with their website. But here's the thing. With Squarespace templates, they're built around awesome photography, and most people do not have amazing, high-quality photos. Choose whatever template looks cool to you, but remember, you're going to be able to change absolutely everything. And don't limit yourself to a specific industry. Honestly, spend as little time on this as possible because in the end, it definitely will not matter. Click Start with whatever template name that you chose. It will ask you to log in or create an account with an email. Now that you have your own website, give it a site title. Close all the instructions and exit out of the assistant block on your right. First, we are going to lay out sections to see how our colors and fonts will look on our site, and then we're going to compare the ones that we like the best. On your Squarespace main navigation menu, click Pages, go to where it says Not Linked, and click the plus icon, and then click Blank Page. Title your page Style Page. And then click Edit. Click the Add Section button and then click Add Blank. You'll start with the text box. Go ahead and type Heading 1, Heading 2, and Heading 3. Highlight each heading and make it the heading that it's named after by clicking the paragraph icon. Next, you're going to need to pull some filler text. If you type filler text into Google and then click the first result, it's going to take you to a section of text that you can just click copy. Add this filler text underneath each heading and use a different font size for each paragraph. Choose paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. Okay, so your heading 1 or H1 is used for the main title of your pages, and paragraph 1 is used as your main body paragraph text. Heading 2 or H2s are your website's sections. Think of the titles of each individual section of your website. Heading 3 or H3s are used for subsections within an H2 section. Now for the paragraph text, I don't use paragraph 2 very much and only use paragraph 3 when I'm writing the description of a photo or something like that. Now let's add some buttons. Click out of the text box and then hover around the bottom border. Click the plus icon and then choose Button. Under the Content tab, click where it says Text and write Small. Then click the Design tab and under Size, click Small. Repeat this 2 more times for the medium and the large button. Okay, now let's talk about how to change your font. Click the paintbrush at the top right that says Site Styles and then click Fonts. First, change the base size so that it's at least 16 pixels if it's not set there already. Some people might think that this is too big, but small text is a great way to get people to click off your site. Then click Switch. You can choose from some of the font pairings that Squarespace has already recommended. You can choose your own font pairs by clicking back and then choosing each font individually for headings, paragraphs, and buttons. To change your heading font, click the arrow next to Headings and click the arrow next to Families and then click Browse All Fonts. Here you can scroll to choose a font or just search for it in the search bar. You'll notice that as you change your font, you can see how they look on the left. Follow the same steps for your paragraph font. Next, you can change your button font too. I like to make my button font the same as my header font. No matter which font you choose, the most important thing to remember is that it's readable. Big, fancy writing may look cool, but it's hard to read, and your site visitors will just go somewhere else if your stuff is hard to read. You can also upload fonts to Squarespace, but sometimes this can make your page load slower. It's best to choose fonts that are similar to your brand's fonts instead. Personally, I recommend using font pairs that are already in Canva. Remember, Canva is a free and super user-friendly graphic design tool that you're going to be using throughout these courses to customize your site. By having fonts that are available on both Squarespace and Canva, you can ensure that your fonts will be consistent no matter what you create. Remember, consistency is key with branding and style. You can see a full list of fonts available in both Canva and Squarespace here, as well as my list of pairing recommendations linked up in the description box below. All right, now let's talk about how to change your site colors. First, exit out of the Style menu and hover over the top of your section and click the Copy button. Do this 2 more times until you have 4 sections total. Next, click the paintbrush icon again and click Colors on the Site Styles menu. You'll see you have a palette and your themes below. Click Edit Palette. Now you have a few different options. You can enter the hex code for each color that you want at the top for each of the 5 colors, starting with the lightest on your left to the darkest on your right. Personally, I recommend that everyone's lightest color on the far left to be white and everyone's darkest color on the far right to be black. If you don't already have a color palette for your business, think about a brand that you love that is also completely outside of your industry. Totally okay to steal their colors, especially if they are not in the space of your product or service. No one has the copyright on colors. And if you don't know the hex code of the colors that you like, then download the free Color Pick eyedropper extension for Chrome. All you have to do is hover over the color on a web page and it will give you the exact hex code. I use this thing all the time. Or you can use coolers.co. Use their generator to get some great ideas and each color's hex code. Another option is to choose from a variety of presets that designers have set out for you. Last, you can upload an image, like a logo, and Squarespace will automatically pull out the color palette for you. Once you have your color palette, it's time to test out how the colors will look on your site. Close out of your site styles. Hover over the top of your first section and click the pencil icon, then go to Colors. Here, you'll notice that you have 10 different options. Your sections will appear just as they look, pairing each background color with a font color. And though you have 10 different options, I think that you should just focus on 4 to start out with. Make this section lightest. Then scroll down and do the same thing with the other 4 sections. You'll want to set your 4 sections with lightest, light, and dark, darkest. These are the 4 main sections that you'll probably use over and over. And there are other ways that you can change your background color outside of the color palette that I'll talk about later on. But for now, it's good to have a baseline of what your go-to sections can look like. Quick note, you can also change your button colors or change the specific styles for a section or color theme. To do this, first go to the section that you want to change. Click into the Style icon paintbrush. Here, you can change the color, size, and shapes of buttons. Remember, fonts are changed under Fonts. Also remember that whatever you change will impact every place where that style is used on your site, which is why it's good to do this ahead of time. Boom, you just crushed your first design course. Remember, this is just part of our 4-course series. You can find the full courses all linked up in the description box below. Also, if you have any questions, then shoot me a comment about, site styles or fonts or buttons or anything like that. Let's put the art back into content marketing. I'll see you on the next video.